What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Now, I wanted to update you about a crypto company that we've talked about a couple times here on the channel, and I felt like it was due for an update here because some pretty exciting things are now happening. Now, today we're going to be talking about the Pika token from, of course, our friends over at Pikamoon, a company that we partnered with months and months and months ago that I have been updating you about, as they are still within my top holdings for the GameFi sector. Now, someone actually asked me not too long ago, they were like, hey, what's one of the companies that you really are still investing in within the world of, say, like gaming and metaverse, etc. And I told them this one. I said, I think that they're nearing some pretty big opportunities that should change the course of their chart. And of course, because of that, I have been doing some dollar cost averaging. And so with that in mind and knowing that, I will of course be updating you today of exactly what's going on with Pikamoon and much more. So with that in mind, let's not waste any more time at all, and let's get straight into the video. So for a quick recap of who Pikamoon is, what you can see here is that they call themselves the fastest growing GameFi token and ecosystem within the industry. Now, we've talked about the fact that they plan on releasing NFTs that enable the ability for play to earn. We of course know that they're bringing out the Pikaverse, and they are bringing even more incentives to their Pika token and much more. And so of course, because of that, I do pick them as being one of the best, in my opinion, in, again, the GameFi ecosystem. Now, what we can see here, let's actually talk about the token itself for a second, because I want to talk about more from an opportunity perspective as to why I'm even making this video, and then you'll get an idea more from a fundamental perspective as well. So what we can see is that they had their launch back here on March 31st, and realistically since then they have seen quite the fall, right? 50-60% to the downside. But what you can see here is that as volume is kind of picking up a little bit, their overall momentum is actually slowing down to the downside. We're seeing that sideways movement start to look better, and we've actually seen a bit of a higher low quite recently from the low that was put in on May 22nd of 2024. And so of course, because of that, I did pay very close attention to the fact that it seems as if their price could be bottoming out here. And so because of that, I wanted to do a little bit of digging as to why its price might be kind of starting to relax a little bit, find a little bit more sustainability, and go a little bit more consistently sideways rather than this continuous fall to the downside. Now, the primary focus and reasoning as to why their price is starting to stabilize is really just due to what's happening within the ecosystem. They've had a ton of good news recently, over and over and over again, that has contributed to this. One of the best, in my opinion, is the fact that their staking is now live, and you can see here that the TVL for the staking is currently at over 2.4 million. It's currently sitting at $2,481,364 at a 12% APY, with the Pika to USDT liquidity pool currently sitting at 214,000 at a 208% APY, with people absolutely smashing their tokens into staking. And that alone has been a major contribution as to why we have seen a little bit more stability within the price itself. Now, another thing that has contributed to this is the fact that now all pre-sale buyers have now claimed their tokens and have done what they were going to do. What you have to understand that with pre-sales, you can't really control what people do. If they are up or if they are down, they're likely going to sell. It just doesn't really matter, especially when the market does get a little bit ugly. And so of course, what you always have to do in the very beginning and early stages is just let those pre-sale buyers and sellers do what they're going to do. If they're going to sell, let them sell. If they're going to go, let them go. It doesn't really matter. That's not within your control. But what is amazing is that once you get on the other side of it and you know that they're all out, then you know that that selling pressure should diminish a little bit and allow for a little bit more chart-based stability. And so those two pieces of news alone have contributed to the token really starting to slow down into what I believe could be eventually a reversal later on in the year. Now, that is actually the reason why I did actually buy some Pikamoon. What you can see here over in HG Access is I just bought some more Pika from Pikamoon. I think that since they now have the staking live and all pre-sale spots have been finished and claimed, they could reverse eventually worth the small DCA in my non-financial advisor opinion. And now, so of course, guys, first and foremost, if you do want to check out HG Access, you can see what I buy and a bunch of other creators, as well as we have live streams, seminars, exclusive content, market recaps, gym callers, alpha plays, and much more. It's the most value-packed crypto platform on earth, down in the description below, so go check that out. But overall, as I mentioned before, I do think that from a token perspective, this thing is absolutely smashing it. Now, let's talk a little bit more from an ecosystemic and a fundamental perspective, because the team has been going absolutely crazy. What you can see here is that we actually did just get a brand new trailer, which we're going to watch here in a second, that it kind of explains and gives us a little bit more of an in-depth look of what is actually coming soon from the Pikamoon team. So let's go ahead and play that, and then of course I'll jump back in with you after this does end. You see, like that type of quality is not usually heard of for cryptos that are this new. Their token released literally less than 2 months ago. And that is very, very high quality. And that's the reason why I believe when this game is 100% live, active, playable, operatable, building communities within it, I think it's going to be one of the best within the world of crypto. I just genuinely believe that. And so because of that, things like this, huge. On top of that, more news. We just got from them literally, how long ago was this? Not too long ago. May 28th. So this was 2 days ago. We just got even more of a little bit of a trailer and a sneak peek into the Pikaverse itself, just kind of displaying and showing what that's going to look like. And just a little bit more information from them, giving us these sneak peeks. These types of things are important because it just shows that they're still developing, that they're still working on this thing, and that they're still moving in the general direction of progress. And that's all that we ask for. And so when you combine all of these different types of things, it is no surprise that we're seeing just so many things happening from more of a positive perspective in terms of the community doing well. You saw the community within their most recent AMA, or the kind of just more of a podcast, when they were talking about their trailers and partnerships and roadmaps and stuff. The community was going nuts. They were so excited about what was happening within the ecosystem, and it's because they're putting in so much effort to actually push this thing in the direction that they've said since the beginning that they were going to. And so because of that, guys, when you combine all of these things together, it is still one of my top picks. That is a reason why I have still been buying some Pika tokens here and there, dollar cost averaging in the dips, and I do expect that its price easily can see some growth towards the upside over the long term as they continue to push in the right direction. So because of that, they are still one of my top picks. I felt like it were long past due for an update here on the channel, and so of course I hope you guys do enjoy these types of updates, letting you guys know exactly what's happening with Pika. And if you do, let me know not only in the comments but by liking this video and subscribing to the channel if you are new. And of course I can't wait to see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.